record button and hand over the controls, right? Cool beans.
Yep.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. I appreciate your time. You know, we got to a point where we had a lot of questions about the Harmonic scanner, and we just created this forum to go over a couple of real basic rudimentary things where you can have a minimal amount of experience and start using some of the IML tools in a very productive way. So before we get started, again, my name is Tommy Raviel, and what Oria was alluding to is I've been overcoming dyslexia and several other learning disabilities my entire life. So I am really not one to excel in school. I barely made it out of high school. But that doesn't mean I'm stupid. I just learn in a very, very different way. So we are all engaged in an online university, which teaches us the skill set, and we all learn, you know, in our own way. So I'm just going to explain to you how I learned this stuff and some of the things that I've noticed, and hopefully I'll cut some of your learning curve down to where you can come in here and start, you know, catching some pips on a regular basis and in a very reliable way. We're going to do the non-disclosure, well, not non-disclosure, the whatever that thing is. What's it called? It's when I say that past results don't ensure future profits, whatever that thing is called. So what I'm showing you is just how I do things, how I understand things. Say again?
Disclosure.
Yeah, thanks, Deb. Deb is my right-hand man, woman, whatever. She's one of my best friends, and she's there to pick up the pieces when disclaimer. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, the disclaimer, that's it. So, you know, as a family, we get the point across. So, the way we get into our scanners, we sign into our, then we go into the lower right-hand side and we click.
The scanner comes with the program.
Yes, it does. The scanner comes with the program. It's a tool that comes as soon as you enroll. So for those of you who might be guests first time, have no clue what's going on, you might not understand what I'm talking about, but the thing that you will certainly understand is there's an immense amount of support and help to have those who do not understand. And that's the whole point of this conversation. So once we get into the Harmonic scanner, let me share my screen. And I'm going to come over here. Does everybody see the scanner? Just give me a 1 in the chat if someone sees the scanner.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, cool beans. Right, so here is the Harmonic scanner. So what the hell is that? Well, it's basically a very sophisticated computer program. It's an algorithm that was written by Stephen Hooley, who's an IML educator. And it checks in the background for certain pairs that are going into motion. Certain pairs that are going to have a dynamic change. They're going to either be a sell or they're going to be a buy. And if you don't understand that, bear with me. We're going to make it crystal clear. So just real quick, this is what pops on when you click on the Harmonic scanner. You sign in, and voila, here it is. Now, if we come over here to the upper left-hand corner, there's a box. This XM is the broker. I'm going to switch over to this column, and I'm going to come down here and click on the broker, xm.com. Fine. And this pair, let me come over here. I go into my time frame, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. I like taking a long look, a long overview as to what's going on. And I'm going to pick CAD JPY just because I feel like it. And up here, it now shows you that the broker you're engaged with for this information is Trader's Way. The pair is CAD, Japanese yen. I call it CJ. I just use the first initial, CJ. And this pattern that you see here is on the 1 hour chart, and it's a shark. I really don't care that it's a shark. It could be a butterfly. It could be all kinds of different things. The computer cares, but I don't need to know that detail. I just need to know that this pair is going into motion, and the harmonic scanner is calling out a trade. So let's come over here to the right-hand side, and we're going to notice some additional information. We're going to notice way at the top, it says stop. Well, that indicates your stop loss. So nobody likes to lose. So if you are in the process of losing, you can enter in this number, 83.02891. And at that point in time, when the pair hits that value, it will stop your loss. Cool beans, right? So we have two entries. It's calling out this entry at 82.7. It's calling out an entry at 82.4. So this pair clearly has made an entry, and it's proceeding down in a sell. Whenever the stop loss is above the price, it's a sell. In order for you to make money, the price has got to drop. And it's clearly doing that. So this signal has already hit take profit 1. So if you jumped in and entered into your broker right here for your sell, you would have clocked out at take profit 1 at 44 pips. Praise the Lord. I love it all. That's when things work out nice. Now, the scanner is accurate 8 out of 10 times. And there are people who are happy with winning 8 out of 10 times. And that's all well and good. Because over time, with the appropriate risk management, with the appropriate lot size, winning 8 out of 10 times, you will be ahead. Everybody got that? A lot of people are good with that. I'm just not one of them. I don't like to lose at all. Now, we have to lose. That's part of the game, right? It's part of the field that we're in. When I started about a year ago, I went through my initial training with the Daisy Duncan, got in there, learned all the basics, learned the nomenclature, learned what a candle was. These little red lines, blue lines, those are candles, right? Learned all that good basic stuff. And then I spent about 38 seconds in demo. The demo account is where you go and you trade Monopoly money to learn your lessons. And I'm like, oh, I got this. This is cool. I made $5,000 like fairly quickly. And then because I really didn't learn my lessons, I lost $5,000 relatively quickly. And I'm like, this sucks. I knew the market was the market and the training was the training. So the only real variable was me. I was the variable. So what I learned was I didn't know what I didn't know. I knew enough to be dangerous. So I clicked out of demo, clicked out of real money and went back into demo, spent about 6 months in there. And I developed some additional tools and some additional strategies that I'm going to share with you and show you how I particularly use this tool. Now, again, nothing wrong with just taking it straight out of the box and win 8 out of 10. All right? No problem. But this chart, this IML tool is actually built on a TradingView platform. This is taken right out of TradingView, and it's put at our disposal because we pay our subscription, or perhaps you have your full scholarship where you invited 2 people into the university and now you're on scholarship. So it took me about an hour and a half to be on scholarship. So I pretty much learned all this for free. I like free. So let's just get into it a little further. So down here, you'll notice in the bottom part of the screen, there's a thing called an RSI. That stands for Relative Strength Index. Now, I'm going to scrunch this down. If you come out to the outside and click, you can pull down these values. You could, or stretch them out. I like to see my 100, which is 100%, and down to 0. So this dotted line is at 30%. This dotted line is at 70%. And what that basically means is this relative strength index flops around between above 70, which is an overbought position, and it'll work its way down to oversold. So I'd like you to picture a typical auction house. That's what we're doing here. Same thing. It's like we have an auction. I got CJ going once, going twice. Will you give me 81.9? 81.9? No, not 81.9. How about 89.8? No buyers at 81.8. How about 89.7? 6, 5. Oh, I got some sold. That's what we're doing. It's a freaking auction. So it's going to get to a point when you're down at the 30% range, when everybody and their mother who was going to sell sold. You are now in an oversold position. So let's look back in time when the scanner made this call. And if I click back with my mouse and I come to the candle where my D extension was, right? I have my entry. So I hit my entry here. Now let's look down at my RSI. What is my RSI pointing? It's pointing down towards the sold position. So my scanner is telling me to sell. My RSI is dropping. So it's saying sell. Now I have two voices telling me this is a sell. I like more than one person telling me the same thing, right? So I treat these IML tools like my paid informants. Anybody ever watch a cop show where they're trying to figure out who killed whatever or who stole whatever? The cops go to the street and they get their paid informants. Well, those are my indicators. My indicators are my paid informants. They're my rats. My foreign exchange rats. They're going to tell me what's up. Well, now I have two voices telling me to sell. I like to hear from a couple more people. You can come over here, and being that this is a trading view chart, I can come over here and cover indicators, click on indicator, and I'm going to talk to Johnny Bollinger, B-O-L. John Bollinger is the man that invented Bollinger Bands. Now, this adds another level of sophistication or another level indicator on the call, on my scan. Now, if you notice, if you look back over time, you'll notice the high end of this band, that is your high edge of the market, your high average. The low edge of the band is the low average, and the red line is the median. And you'll notice that the price will always flop around between the highs and the lows, because that's what you're looking at. So under close inspection, you'll see these prices closed outside of the low. When things start to close outside of the low, or look back further back in time, or outside of the high, they want to work their way back to the red line. They want to get back into what they consider to be normal. It's always looking for the mean. It's always looking back to get back to average. The market loves average. People, not so much, but the market loves average. So what this is telling me is at the time of the scan, when the scan was brand new, right back here in time, it's telling me I was just at the high end of the market. I was at the high average. What do you think it's about to do? It's going to head back towards the midline. It's going to head back to the low end. So what is my Bollinger Band telling me? Going to be a sell. Now I have three voices telling me the same story. I like that. I like it a lot. Am I ready to get in? Me personally, not yet. My name is Thomas. You might have heard of the apostle, Doubting Thomas. I don't believe anything I hear and hardly anything I see. But it serves me. I got burned so many times by jumping in too early that I would get slammed on a stop loss. Rookie mistake number one. Retail traders, rookie mistake number one is you're out there trading and you feel like you're, quote unquote, I'm going to miss the move if I don't get in now. You can't miss the move. The market's always moving. You're just getting in too early. Patience, relax, chill the hell out. Get your indicators all on a line before you enter, and you're going to have a much happier life. So I'm going to come back over here and then go back over to my indicators, and I'm going to pull up my SAR, stop and reverse. Wouldn't it be cool to know when your value is going to stop and go in the other direction? Well, yeah, I want to know that a lot. Well, that's what the SAR does. So I just pulled it up. Now I come over here, and I have under advisement from a master trader who's earned 9 figures in the market. For this particular strategy, he advised I change these inputs to 0303. So I take his freaking advice. I come to style, make it yellow, and I make it bold, make it big, and I jam that as OK. Now, it's kind of hard to see on a white screen. So if you go anywhere on the screen and right-click, come down to Properties, you can come over here to Background, and you can make the background a little darker. So I'm just doing this so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. So what does stop and reverse mean? It means the pair is going to stop going in the direction it's going. It's going to turn around. So let's look when I added this additional set of indicators, this additional indicator. Here's the call. Here's my D extension. Now, when my SAR is on the bottom, it's telling me it's a buy. My SAR is on the bottom, it's telling me it's a buy. I don't get in. I wait for my SAR to flip. This is the candle I'm getting in. Why? Because for me, for my risk appetite, for my trading style, for the lot size I'm messing with, I want to have all my indicators in my favor. So this is my yellow SAR. I like SAR so much, I use 2 of them. So I go back to indicators. I just type in SAR again. And I have to go back to a white screen because now I can't see. Properties. SAR. Where's my other SAR, dude? My SAR didn't SAR. Hold on. SAR. Bam. There it is. Cool beans. All right. So now I go here, and I'm going to make this guy red, make him big, punch him up. Bam. I'm going to go over to inputs, and this guy I'm doing 06 and 06, and say OK. Now, what that is for me is I have a fast-acting red. My red SAR will flip first. So let's go back in time. So let's pretend that all of this stuff hasn't happened yet. We're going back in time. And I'm going to do a current one to bring these things up too, but you'll see what I'm talking about. My D extension was hit. Here's my first entry point. And at this point in time, I have my fast-acting SAR flipped over. It's telling me it's going into a sell, but my yellow guy didn't. So I wait. Here I have a split decision. Boom, boom, split decision. Now I have all my soldiers lined up. I got fast-acting, slow-acting SAR. Boom, on my sell. I got my harmonic scanner telling me a sell. I got my Bollinger Bands telling me it's going to be a sell. I got my RSI going to tell me it's going to be a sell. What do you think I'm going to do now? I'm going to get in for the sell. How much am I going to take? Those of you who heard me talk before, I'm taking 5 measly little old pips. See, by the time I get in, the spread went back down. Who knows about the spread? When the market makers and the the brokers are about to make a move, they gap up the spread up to maybe 3. The spread is what you're paying your broker. You're paying them 3 pips just to take your action, right? So, well, that's a scary noise someone's making. So now, by the time I get in, the spread went back down to 1.5 or 1. So I don't pay my broker so much, and I get in on a much more great. I call graceful, easier move. Is everybody muted out here? All right. I think it was you, girl. All right. So now let's come back and let's pull up a brand new scan. Go through this. H1 4-day. Here's something else I want to point out. The scanner is calling out pairs that are in motion, right? So I have CAD in motion here. CAD, I got CAD JPY, I got AUD CAD. CAD JPY, AUD CAD. So if this pair is moving and this pair is moving, CAD is in common. I can also go in and look at AUD JPY, AJ. So this scanner will also give me another opportunity to look at the trade, right? But for now, let's just do, where was I? I was at CAD JPY. Let's do AUD JPY. So that was kind of funky. So let me get my chart back. Okay, yeah, this is really old. All right, so you see on the scanner was called here. Let me go back to white real quick. Let me just hide this guy, hide that guy. Come back to white. Properties, background. Good. Oh, oops. I clicked in the wrong spot. Background. Okay. Let me hide my Bollinger Band. So let's just discuss what the stop bare bones call was way back over here. This is the 1 hour chart. So this is, wow, this is like 12, I don't know, yesterday sometime maybe. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's an over day. So the stop loss is below the price. Take profits is above the price. So it's anticipating a buy. So here, the call was met, the conditions are met, and bam, this thing went straight. This is a blue ride the whole way. Boom, right here, and you just took profit. That's 73, 71 pips. Man, I love it. So tell me, if this call is good for 73 pips, why are you taking 5? Because when I take 5, they're in my freaking account. So I'm going to grab 5 like I stole them. And then I'm going to go through all my indicators again and see if the move is still valid. And if the move is still valid, I'll get in again. I'll take another 5. And then I'll get in again. I'll take another 5. I like taking 5 at a time because it's really physically impossible to go broke if you're continually taking a profit. I don't like trading at the edge of the market. I like trading in the meat. And here's what I mean. Bollinger Band. Here's my Bollinger Band. So here, I'm at the low edge of the market. And it actually went into profit in consolidation, which is like a really unusual thing. But praise the Lord. But you can come in here, I can come in here, anyone can come in here 3 or 4 times and take out 20 pips. So I don't like being in trades for like forever. I like being in, out, bam, done. And that's just my style. I'm not telling you to do that. That's what I do. So I know there's people who've been on this, these Wednesday nights several times, and I'd love to open this up to questions to whomever. If you're brand new, whatever question you might have, shout it out, and we'll have a nice conversation, or we can go over some more stuff. Who's got a question? Well, good. That means nobody.
Hey, I have a question. It's Ashira.
Hey, Shira, talk to me. What's going on?
Hey, by the way, I just want to tell you, tonight is the first night that I actually think I'm beginning to understand how to read a chart. But
well, congratulations. That's fantastic. Isn't it great when you do something and all of a sudden wow, I get it.
Well, it's making more sense to me.
Good.
But what I'm unclear about, I'm not exactly understanding the Bollinger Band and how you read that. I mean, I'm looking at sort of a wave that comes from the top there, comes kind of slowly down, almost like it's coming to the shore, and then moves up again.
Sure.
But how are you really interpreting that?
Okay, great question. And here I have it expanded out a little bit, make it nice and big.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just go back. Hold on, let me do this. Let me go back in time to where we were really at the high edge of the market. Okay. So this blue line is the average of all the highs of these candles.
Okay.
Right? And so if you come over here look at these numbers. Oh, that's the opening price of a candle. This is the high of the candle, the low of the candle, and the close of a candle. Which candle? That one.
Oh.
Now that one. Now that one. Now that one. See how the numbers are changing?
How the numbers are changing, yeah.
Right. And see how they go from red to blue?
Yes.
Well, because it closed lower than it started.
I see, yeah. Right.
And now it closed higher, right? Yes. So this blue line is the average of those numbers. So when you see something like this, you see that these two candles close higher than the average high. What do you think about to happen?
It's going to go down, I would think. Well,
how simple is that?
Yeah.
Right? Now let's come right over here. What did this candle do? These two, these 3, 4, 5, boom. All these candles are closing outside of the low edge of the market.
Now, okay, so let me ask a question that may not be intelligent, because this
Wait. Let me stop you right there. Any question you ask, never apologize for. Because if that's a gap in your understanding, then we're going to fill it and we move on. Never apologize for a question. No stupid questions.
All right. So how I'm seeing that is that it may turn into a sell situation. But would I be concerned because it's outside of the Bollinger Band and therefore riskier?
Okay. So that's a very, very good question, actually. Because what that also speaks to is that speaks to your relationship with money. So what we're doing here is when we're looking at these lines and these charts is I want to encourage you to disconnect these values from dollars.
Okay.
They don't represent dollars. They just represent a price on an average over time. It's a price over time. What is the price doing over time? Make a disconnection with money. Because if you disconnect the money,
right,
you lose the element of risk. Okay?
Okay.
So what this is saying to me, just from a math perspective, just numbers, this is telling me these prices close, these candles both close above the average high.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm above the average high And the market always likes to return to the mean meaning the red line, the mean average,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I don't know when, but it's going back there.
Down. Right. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay.
And you're thinking exactly right.
Okay.
Now, here's another very unique tell in the market. This arrangement here, when you have two candles and you see this flat, that is called a flat top. Every single time you see a flat top, the price is going down.
Oh, wow.
You just don't know for how long and for how much.
So would you call that also a consolidation?
Not at this point in time.
Not at that point in time.
Right. Over here, see my cursor over here?
Yes.
This is truly consolidating. That's consolidation.
I see.
I don't call it consolidation.
Okay.
I call it patience.
Right. No, I'm just trying to understand how I apply the terms.
Yeah,
when
no. I'm just giving you a little more. And here's why. Because when you see consolidation in your mind, tell yourself to be patient.
Oh, yes, correct.
Right?
Because
Be patient.
you don't know what the market's going to do.
Right? Because this is the way I read this.
Okay.
Right? I'm simple. Like kindergarten. I'm reading this like patience, payday. Payday. Patience, I'm waiting to get paid.
Gotcha.
Right here. Patience, paid. Here's a gap. So this is like either a huge news announcement or the market makers just move the market. Somebody put like several $100 million into this pair to gap the market like that.
Wow.
This is not an anomaly. This is a rarity. But this happens. Okay?
Yeah.
But this is manipulation. And the market is absolutely thoroughly manipulated all the time. We just have to learn to read how. And what, I call them like safety zones. Like the edge of the market for me is scary.
Yeah.
So I like trading when I'm in here.
I see.
Right? But I don't know what in here is. Like here, right now, right? We're in patience.
Yes.
So I'm not sure which way this market is going to go.
I see.
But I am damn well sure if this market gives me a flat top or a flat bottom, like in this kind of length, see the lengths here?
Yes.
If I have like a 5, 6, 7 pip move on both candles and if it gives me a flat top here, I'm going in for the sell because it's going to break the red line and head down towards the low average. Okay?
Yeah.
Especially if my scanner is telling me and my SARs are telling me. Let's see if I can pull up another pair that might be in motion to make this a little more clear.
Okay.
Let's see what EN is doing. Wow, yowza, look at this puppy. Okay, so this is telling me I'm in Trader's Way, I'm in EN, and this is a butterfly. Papillon. I love you. I don't know what the butterfly means. All I know is I'm in motion. So let's pump it up a little bit.
Before you go on, with all the sharks and the butterflies and all of the little dames, are there any of those terms that make you more excited about entering the market than others?
Good question.
Is a shark better than a butterfly, or is a butterfly better than a shark, or what does that tell you?
Good question. Fantastic question. Absolutely not. Zero, no connection. And here's why. What the shark and the butterfly and the bat and all this other kind of stuff is actually translating to are the parameters that made this happen. It's the statistical data that's processed through an algorithm that identifies this shape.
I see.
This shape means I'm going into a sell under these conditions. I don't care how I got there. I just need to know it's a sell.
Okay. Okay, so then that does tell you something, because otherwise, why would they label it? It would have to give you some indicator
Oh, it absolutely does. Yes. But for me, in my mind, I make no connection. I don't care.
Okay.
It's like when I'm driving down like Griffin Road and all of a sudden the light turns red. I don't give a whole lot of thought to the guy that programmed the light. And, it's 11:35 and the light happens to be red on a Thursday. I don't give a crap. I just see a red light, so I know I better stop.
Right.
And so this is like a traffic light in the foreign exchange. The light's either green for a buy or red for a sell. I don't care what turns the light on. I just want to know what to do. I don't want to be in the middle of the intersection when the car's coming.
Exactly. Now, how just by your explanation, how I would look at that is, okay, this butterfly typically means that it could be a buy. So then I would put my Bollinger Band and the RSI and the SARS.
I got it, and I would encourage you to break that connection because you're burning up brain cells.
Okay.
You really don't have to exercise.
Okay, so keep it simple is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know what's really telling you if it's a buy or a sell? An absolute simple indicator is where is my stop loss compared to my current price?
Gotcha.
Where is my stop loss compared to my current price? If my stop loss is above the current price, it means if it's going into a buy, I'm losing money.
Right.
How simple is that? Right. I don't care if it's a butterfly. I don't care if it's a lion. I don't care if it's a tiger. I don't give a crap what it is.
Okay,
I don't want to go in the direction where I'm losing money.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter whether you're buying or selling. It's where you're getting into and getting out of. So
exactly. And that's why I encourage people.
Right. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. And that's why I'm encouraging people to lose the urge to think you're missing the move. You're never missing the move. You're entering in a more, in a place that has given you more indicators or less indicators. Mm-hmm. And thereby, I translate risk in the number of indicators I have. Like if I have all my indicators telling me it's a buy, I'm comfortable with that because that's what my trading plan says. I've noticed that if I have my long and short SAR, my RSI, my Bollinger Band, and I'm in sync with my scanner,
yep.
I know I can grab 5 pips. I'm very confident I can grab 5 pips. And if you're only going to 5, I don't guarantee this to anybody. But for me, and I'm not a I'm not a superstar here. I am just like one of you guys who figured this one little thing out. I can win 80 or 90 times in a row before I screw up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind taking 60, 70 wins in a row at 5 pips. What's right. 70 times 5?
Yeah, lots. I have another question for you. This is just to help me understand here.
Of course, that's why we're here, to help you understand.
You got the RSI there, and it is, moving against almost the 70 mark, okay?
Yeah.
But it's been relatively flat with just, it's fluctuating, but nothing that exciting.
Yeah.
Now, 2 things. One is because it's moving to the 70, that's telling me that it's just about oversold. Is that right?
No,
or overbought?
It's overbought.
Overbought. That's right. The high is high and the low is the sell.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So it's almost overbought. So that's an indicator that I better be careful about looking at above with the Bollinger Band there. Right?
Okay. It's a little different. It's a little different dynamic than that.
Oh, okay.
You're on the right track, but what that RSI is telling you is what the people in the market are doing. What are the orders? What percentage of people are buying versus selling?
I see.
So when I'm going into the overbought position, that means everybody and their mother is buying. It can stay that way for a long time. It just means they're buying.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're about to sell. It just means that they are buying.
Right.
So right now, as it stands right now, this little puppy is heading towards the overbought.
Yep.
And what do I have? I got a blue candle. People are buying.
We're still buying, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So this is why I start turning on my SARs. I want to know when this thing's going to stop and reverse. So let me do a little thing with the color here so it's easy on the eyes. Background. And I'm going to make it a little darker. And now I'm going to punch up. Yeah, so look what my stop and reverse is saying.
Yeah.
It's clearly saying what? What is it telling me?
Well, it looks like it's still going up.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you look in history, here, this is telling me buy, 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 buy. When the SARs come and actually touch the price, they flip.
Oh, that's a neat little trick. Okay, so
And the red SAR, when you have these values set, the red SAR is my early warning system. Early warning system. My red SAR flips first. So that's like, yo, Tommy, pay attention. Look at, yo, I flip. And then my red SAR is like, yo, not yet. I might flip back.
Okay.
So when I got my red and because look at this candle. I got my red and my yellow. What happened? I'm poking outside the high of my bones. Can you see that? Or I need to take a picture?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, yeah.
All right. Here, really. This is like textbook.
Oh.
Right? So here, I'm over here at my high edge. I'm in a cell. And what did it do? Boom, 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 boom. Came down.
Yeah.
But now what happened? It ended up at a flat bottom. It made it to the midline. It gained a little strength. But if you look down at the RSI, it's telling me got some goo. I got nothing. I'm right there in the middle. I don't know what it's going to do. Right?
Right.
But now I got my flat bottom. Once I see this flat bottom, if I'm on the wrong side of my trade, I'm getting out. Because I know this flat bottom, it's going to reverse.
It's going to reverse.
I'll take my 10 pip loss. It's another thing about a seasoned trader. You need to accept a loss with the same enthusiasm that you accept the win. Why? Because you're in an environment where you're going to lose sometimes. You just want to lose a whole lot less. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Because if you can bail out at 10 pips, how many wins do you need to come back flat? You only have to win twice.
Right.
Easy peasy, right? Cool. So now here I got my flat bottom. Am I getting in? No. Because my SARs are still telling me sell.
Right.
And now am I getting in on this candle? No. Because I got a split SAR. I got a split decision.
Okay.
I got a split decision, dude. I can't make up my mind. So where am I getting in? I'm getting my butt in right here. Right there. Because my second SAR flipped. And now look. If I get in right here. You see where I am?
Yeah.
That's 10. That's 5 pips. You see this?
Yeah. And that's because you've got the red SAR plus sign there at the bottom.
I got the red SAR, I got the yellow SAR.
And you got the yellow.
And yeah, I got the red SAR, yellow SAR, and then at this point in time, look where my RSI is. My RSI is pointing north. It's pointing.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, when you start seeing a reversal there with the SARs, okay, it's coming down, coming down, coming down, then it reverses, and then you see that first, cross. Would you sort of wait until you see maybe 2 moving in that direction?
I wait for my second SAR. I wait for my
the second SAR. Okay.
Yeah, I wait for my other guy because I want all my soldiers lined up on my side of the rope.
Yeah, I'm saying the second red SAR and then maybe the first yellow SAR. You see? Oh, no, you'd have to almost wait until.
No, yeah, this is my second red SAR, my first
second red
yellow.
SAR. Okay, perfect. All right, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting here. Now, I don't need to jump on this whole, this is, where are we? We're in 1 hour candles here, right?
Yeah,
In these 1 hour candles, there's pullbacks.
right.
It's not all, might not all be all blue, might not all be rosy.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. How do you know? You don't know. You don't know how big the candle is going to be.
I know, that's why I take 5 pips and I run like I stole them. That's
Gotcha.
what I've been saying. How many times do you hear me say that?
It's coming together. It's coming together.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 pips, look, boom, I got them. Now, you go into a 9 pip pullback,
Yeah.
I'll get it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get those same 5 pips back on the same price again.
Gotcha.
I'm not proud. I'll take it when you give it to me. I'm taking my 5 and running like I stole them. That's why. Because what happens when you take them? Where are they? They're in your account. You own them now. Now, when you're trading in micro lots, you're not too excited because I just made 5 cents. Woohoo!
No, for me, I just want to see that I'm always on the plus side because I can always change my lot and my money later on. But if I've got
That's
the piece down,
exactly
I make the money regardless. So it doesn't matter.
Yes. Now you're getting it. That is the exact statement that should be coming out of your mouth right now. Because there's going to come a day when you're trading on lot sizes of 100.
Right.
And each pip is 1,000.
Yeah.
So when you have an account size where you can trade in lots of 100 and you can pull out 5 pips in a 15-minute candle and you make 5 grand, how many hours a day do you need to trade?
About 20 minutes.
I don't want to do this like another job.
No.
I want to do this and be done. I want all right, I got 18 minutes here. We'll make 10 grand. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right? There are this does not have to occupy your whole day. What you do have to invest in is you have to invest in the training and the understanding and your skill set to get where you can keep on grabbing your 5 pips or your whatever you want to do. This is what I do, right? And then you build up your lot size accordingly.
Let me ask you another question related to pairing of currencies. You got a lot of different currencies, and I know some are more volatile than others, and I get the feeling that it's better to, particularly as a newbie, to work with, country currencies where the country is fairly stable for the most part. I know you had mentioned that you do the JPY because of you only have to go out 3 decimal points. But
yeah.
My question is, I know we need to pick 2 or 3 that we really focus on, but I don't really have any, feeling one way or the other, whether it's the Australian dollar or the Japanese yen or, whatever those kind of major currencies are, the euro, the pound, whatever. What are some of the things to consider when you are sort of determining what pairs to sort of focus on?
That's one of the best questions I've gotten in a long time, actually. And the answer really is focused on you and your trading plan and what your risk appetite is. And this is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the most volatile pair on the planet, GJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed in demo until I got so familiar with GJ, I could tell you when it's about to sneeze. Because in my logic, my thinking is, if I can master one that's wiggling around like crazy and it's moving all over the place, then I can do anything.
That's a good strategy.
Right? But this is what it requires of you. It absolutely requires of you that you don't look at this information in terms of dollars, that you only look at this information as values on the screen in the chart.
Mm-hmm.
And the system, the methodology, it's your indicators, mastering your indicators, and whatever. You don't have to trade this. There's plenty of things. There's thousands of different methods.
Right.
This this is just one of the simplest ones to master because it's basically given to you, and I'm just showing you some additional indicators to lay over there. But whatever your trading plan says, when you master that thing, you own it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to ride the Bronco and get bucked off a couple of times and get some bruises and have the cojones to get back on and just be pig-headed enough not to quit, you're going to end up being a master trader, trading in lot sizes of 1,000.
Yeah.
Can you imagine trading in lot sizes of 1,000, $10,000 a pip?
It really is changing your mindset about what you've been accustomed to or what you've believed you can create or have. So
again, right, you hit the nail on the head. We live our life at the level at which we tolerate. Whatever it is we tolerate, that's where we are. So if you don't tolerate the situation you're in and you want to expand your knowledge to elevate yourself, you'll do it. But if it's not that painful, you won't. And that's why, all these different...
Sometimes there's also another element to that, in that it's not always about tolerating. That's one component. But it's another thing of believing that you have it within you to expand what you've been able to tolerate. Okay?
Yeah, now you're talking about like self-imposed limitations.
Right. It's sort of like, I call it a financial thermostat. When you've got the air conditioner on and it says 69 and that's what you have it programmed, it is not going to go to 70 no matter how much you sit there and say, I really want it to be 1 degree hotter. And so it's sort of like that in your mindset too. If you don't allow yourself to go that 1 degree or 10 degrees or whatever or down, you can sit there and say, oh, gee, I really hope I get blah, blah, blah. And you'll never get there.
And you know what you just hit on? You hit on one of the best kept secrets in trading. Everybody thinks it's a strategy.
It's a mindset.
It's the mindset. Anyone can learn the strategy, but if you're trading the strategy with the wrong mindset, you're screwed.
It's actually it's actually core beliefs. And a lot of times we're not even aware of the beliefs that we hold because they've been conditioned into us from very young. Yes,
because we all believe the story of our life that we have been told, whether by our parents, whether by our surroundings, or
our experiences.
We hang out. Yeah. So basically, you are the average. Your income is the average of the 5 or 6 people you hang out with. So if you're unhappy with your income, you need to change the people you're hanging out with. Now that might be a little...
No, there's truth to that.
Yeah. So you want to make Bill Gates money? Find Bill Gates people to hang around.
That's right.
Right. So we are now in a forum in a community where people are earning thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a day in the market and in other areas, in the business area as well. And the more we associate with that mindset, the more it rubs off, the clearer it gets to be in trading and the clearer it gets to be in building the business.
We're reconditioning our mind.
Yeah, you're just rewriting some code.
That's right.
So basically, now that we're leaning the conversation in this direction, I think there's a lot of value here. I just want to share with the group that our initial programming, we are only born with 2 fears: the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling down. We come out of the factory with that. Every other fear that we have is learned. Fear of loud noises.
There's one other one, Tommy.
Tell me.
There's the fear of death, that our physical form will die.
Well, not at birth.
That's why.
But that's also because when you're young, you don't know what death is. So I'm talking about the raw code from out of the factory.
Okay.
It doesn't. You don't know what death is until you're like 8, 9, 10 years old. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm just talking about out of the factory.
Yep.
Everything else is taught. So if you approach the market with a blank sheet of paper and you don't bring your baggage to this party, you change your relationship with money You change, you control your fears, your loves, your lusts, right? Because the love of money will crush you.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta play with somebody. What I'm saying is you cannot.
Myrna, you trying to talk to us, or are you somewhere else?
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to
Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, we digress a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of value in what we have to say there. I really appreciate you, having this conversation. So we're bumping up against an hour, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So if there isn't anything else, Ori might want to come back in here and say a few words. Debbie's got something on her mind. So
Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just had another thought, but can you, the last situation you talked about the flat bottom, could you go over that again?
Yes. So flat bottoms and flat tops. All right. So can you see my cursor? You see my cursor?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So let's come back over here, and let's just pick up the pair right here. You'll notice, I want you to look up over here where we have the open, the high, the low, and the close. When I cover this candle, you see the prices?
Yes.
Okay, now watch what happens when I go to the next candle. See the close of that price? Now look at the open of that. The close and the open are the same. The close of the previous candle is the same as that candle. Boom. So this is a flat top. Anytime there's a flat top, the price will go in the other direction and go down. Flat bottom, it goes up. Flat top, it goes down. We just don't know how much and for how long. And there are some other dynamics going on in here, but I really don't have enough time to cover that because this is, you can't tell. Like right now, we'll go to the edge of the chart. It looks like this is going to be a flat bottom, but I don't know where I am in the candle right now in terms of time. So on a trading view chart, it'll tell you how much time you have left on this candle. So we can discuss flat tops and flat bottoms at length at another forum. But for now, just the elementary explanation is whenever there's a flat top, it's going to go down. Flat bottom, it's going to go up. Top, down, bottom, up. Top, down, bottom, up. Does that answer your question?
Kind of, yeah. I kind of know that. And I was talking about at the very end of this where you were before, with the right before where the SARS was on the top. You said that when the SARS was on the top, and then it did a reversal, and you got in, I think, on that third candle there. So.
Oh, you're talking about over here?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So so this is telling me that this is a flat bottom, and it's absolutely going to reverse. I see. It's easy to say what happened because this stuff is here.
Right.
When I'm over here, this stuff ain't there yet.
Right.
So the only thing I'm looking at is I got a flat bottom, and it's telling me it's going up, but my SARS are telling me it's still in a sell. So my flat bottom is saying it's going to go into a buy. My SARS is saying, hold on, I'm not so sure. I don't know by how much. So I will be patient. I will wait. I'm working off of this flat bottom, but I'm not jumping in this until way over here when I have my SARS telling me, okay, get in. Because I'm not concerned about missing this move. I don't have missed a move in my vernacular. I don't have that in my brain. I'm not missing nothing because this is always moving. I'm just getting in in a very disciplined fashion when all my indicators indicate for me to get in, because that's my trading plan with this set of tools. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes, I got that. Yeah.
Right. So just because you see this flat bottom, don't lose your mind and say, I got to get in, I got to get in. No, because it might not be that big of a move. It might be a flat bottom for 3 pips in reverse. I don't know. You got me?
Yes, I do. Yes, I got that. Appreciate it.
The flat bottoms are always in comparison with 2 candles or the second candle starting as a flat bottom to the previous one.
Yes, you need to have 2 candles.
You gotta have 2 candles. Okay.
Yes.
Let me clarify that.
Right.
Okay.
And is there anyone here who does their trading on a trading view chart? No? Okay. So for this, in this environment, we're looking at mature candles that have already happened. So don't worry about this particular candle because it's still being formed. You're looking back to ones that already matured that have shown their hand. This is the flat top. So I have a flat top that's telling me it's going to be going into a sell, but my SARs haven't flipped yet. So before I enter into this sell, I will wait for both of these SARs to flip over to the top. And here I'm at the high edge of the market on my Bollinger Band. I'm liking that. Over here, my stop loss is way above my price, current price. So that's telling me sell, but it's just not ready yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to get in here and ride the red bus if it starts pulling away from me. I'm just going to be patient.
Can you clarify one thing for me? Okay, so you've got the flat tops there, but I see that the wick is going up to, higher.
Yeah.
But there's no actual price move at that higher level. So then you just have.
What do you mean by there's no price move at the higher level? I don't understand.
Well, okay. So you see the big blue candle there. That's the flat top with the red one. Okay.
This guy right here.
Yeah, right there. So with the red one, there's a really tall wick.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is that telling you then?
That's just telling me that it closed here.
Oh, okay. So it tried to resist. It met resistance.
It came in.
Yeah.
Right, came in. It went up, and when it comes back down to where
and that's where the close is. Okay.
That's how a wick happens.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the open. It opened here.
Okay.
Opened here, and when it passes, it's going down. When it passes this price, it'll form a body, and that's where the wick happens.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then when I come down here, it went down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this bigger. See, this candle's got a little bit of wick at the bottom too.
Yeah.
But the price was here when it transferred over to the other candle.
I see. Okay.
Right. So the most dramatic flat tops and flat bottoms are when they're actually flat,
Mm-hmm.
but they still count when there's a wick. The only time when I stay away is when like the wick is like twice the size of the candle. That's something that's like manipulation, and I stay away.
Okay.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Cool beans. So I don't know, or you out there, you want to come back in and say a few words?
Thank you so much for another amazing evening. We really appreciate you taking the time, really answering questions. And that's what this Wednesday night is all about, you guys. Is not just, jumping on, it's participating. Because if you have questions and you don't know anything, if you don't ask like you are asking, you'll never know. And this is why we wanted to do this. So everyone has, just like Tommy said, no question is stupid. Because I can be the winner of asking all the stupid questions over and over and over again. So trust me, this is a safe place. You know, we're here because we want to make sure everybody wins. And in order to win, you got to know what you're doing. Even if you ask the same questions 5 weeks in a row, 10 times at every session, it's okay. He's Italian, he's not Israeli, so it's a little bit different. Tommy, thank you so much for an amazing evening. Greatly appreciate you. And thank you, all of you, for jumping on our Wednesday night webinar. We will see you next Wednesday. Have an amazing night, everybody. Good night.
Ciao.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night. See you
Good
tomorrow.
night.
See you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Good night. See everyone tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.